This is Sneaker Gears. My name is Levi, and I have a little different setup today. Hopefully, you guys are okay with the audio. But just doing an intro for part 2 of the Adidas lineup. Now, today we're covering cushioning. Part 3 is going to have your support and fit. So that's going to wrap it up. Now, I believe these are going to be the best shoes you're going to be able to get from Adidas. Obviously, the Don Issue 1 just came out, but honestly, you're getting less bounce than what you're getting in the Dame 5, and you're able to get the Dame 5 a little bit cheaper, so it's not even a shoe I'm probably consider even getting. And then cushioning for the 2019-2020 year is now moving more towards that light strike cushioning, both on the Harden Volume 4 and the Dame 6. So to have a nice option where you can get 2 or 3 of these Adidas shoes for your quiver and kind of have a real nice rotation depending what you're doing for your training. All 5 of these are going to give you a different option where 1, 2, or even 3 can really fit what you're looking to do as you train. So with all that being said, hopefully you enjoy that video. Give it a thumbs up, and I'll come at you after.
If you follow the channel, you know usually I start with fit, but I wanted to work my way up just because there's a little bit more nuance to this. So we went with the traction, that was the same. Now we're going up to the cushion, and here I'm going to start 1 through 5, with 1 being the most court feel. The most court feel option here is going to be your light strike foam, which is on the Adidas Next Level, and this is the first generation of it. Next year's Harden 4 is also going to be using the light strike. This shoe is really a light version of an EVA. There is 0 bounce to this. All right, there's no energy return. You do not feel like you're going up and down. It is a very quick court feel based shoe with some impact protection. And I say some just because for me at 240 pounds, it's almost not enough. And I say almost because I can still have fun with it, but I'm just not comfortable playing full court. If I'm playing a half court set, that's fine. 32, 3-on-3. But when I start running full court, I really do feel the shock coming up my body. Now, that being said, that's me and that's my preference. You have a high flyer like Zach LaVine who's coming down from 50 inches of flight, and he wears them. But you also have players like Trae Young who might weigh 160 pounds, and forgive me if I'm off there, and it's more than enough impact protection. So depending on what kind of player you are, there is enough impact protection, but it's definitely on the low side where it's definitely focused on court feel and lightweight. Next step up, if that's a 1, 2 is going to be your Adidas bounce used on the Dame 5. Now, this is probably the best iteration of bounce I have used on almost any Adidas shoe, and that's even coming from the running line if you guys have had those in the past. It feels, for the most part, really good. And I say the most part is because it is still focused more on court feel, but it has a little bounciness to it. It's in the name. It should. So you feel a little bounce. Impact protection is actually much better, and it's overall a really nice foam. The only difference, and this is going to flow right into the next shoe, is I just like the boost used on the Harden Volume 3 a little more, but they actually play very similar. The boost used on the Volume 3 is really thin. That is not giving you a lot of bounce, but just a little bit. It's giving you great impact protection, and you still feel quick. If you notice these sound really similar, it's because the thick bounce and the thin boost on both of these works really similar. Now, just wanted to give you guys a visual. You can really see right here how much bounce is being used versus how much boost, where this is a little bit thinner and gets thinner and thinner all the way through. I think the medial side shows that a little bit better, where you have this big slab of bounce and the boost compensates just because it naturally is a little more bouncy and it naturally has a lot more impact protection. So both of these, and we'll come back to the fit and support later, are actually going to play very similar, with 1 being a low top version and the fit being different, and 2, this being more of a mid. But if you look at where that heel counter rises up to, I can tell you, even if you don't like low tops, this is a really nice one to try. But let's move on with the cushioning. Alright, so probably my favorite cushioning, and again, this is for me as a bigger guy with a wider foot, is going to be your Marquee Boost. Now, this is using boost that's about 30% more than what you're getting on the Volume 3, and you're getting a cushioning level closer to that of your Harden Volume 2. So for all the fans out there for the Volume 2, the Marquee is probably more of a natural move than going to the Volume 3, which is a lot more thin and a lot more court feel. The Marquee Boost really does have a little bit more bounce, and I would call it bouncy for the most part. But let's take a look here at the forefoot. It's still wrapped quite a bit all the way around, which is much more than what they were doing on the Harden Volume 2 or even the 3. So you still have a decent amount of court feel in the forefoot, but the impact protection is more than what you're getting in the Volume 3 or on the Harden. So I just feel a little bit more protected on landings. I feel a little bit more bounce. And overall, compared to the Harden Volume 2, it doesn't feel as clunky, just how they've done this boost, and it feels definitely a lot lighter. So this has probably been my most enjoyable version of boost on a basketball shoe. So let's get into the most boost you can get on the basketball shoe. The T-Mac Millennium is no joke. For all the fans out there, if you've been Adidas guys for a while, the Adidas D-Rose 6. If you guys don't remember that, it was a very chunky shoe. I actually have a couple pairs. I should track them down. But that used a mixture of boost on the heel and forefoot, as well as an EVA setup, so it contained the boost, so it wasn't so bouncy. But you had a really plush ride with a lot of impact protection. And you're getting a similar ride with this, except it is all boost. This is super plush. Now, the opposite side of that is you don't feel fast on this. This is almost like if you put a sprinter on a trampoline and he's trying to push down and it's just really soft. You want that firm surface to take off. So this is on the complete opposite end of the spectrum of your Adidas Light Strike. So if this is a 1 on a cushion level, this is the 5. And these could not be more opposite. So the boost used on this, I've actually been very comfortable using this as a recovery shoe. And what I mean by that is if I have a leg day and I still want to play basketball, or I did deadlifts, this is something that's just super soft, easy on my knees, and it's just really enjoyable. But if you had knee surgeries like T-Mac, if you are a little overweight and you need to lose some weight, this is something that you feel protected, you feel cushioned, and or just anybody who wants a little bit more of a plush ride or a different setup if you're playing all the time, this thing feels really nice. But like I said, this is something that is not going to be quick in any facet. There is no qualms about this being a super cushion, plush, and I would say slow ride.
Hopefully you enjoyed that video. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments down below. Obviously, you can follow us on Instagram or on Twitter. Shoot us, guys, what are you looking for as far as comparisons. We'll have part 3 coming out, obviously, a little faster than this one. This is about a week apart. We do have quite a few shoes coming up with the Omni 1, as well as a few other exciting shoes I'm making to put out the Freak, the Greek Freak coming out. So we have a lot of testing we're doing, as well as our Velocity insoles are in production. They are available right now, so if you guys want to put an order in, they feel amazing, and I really have to consciously take them out of my shoes to test, just because with them it makes such a huge difference in the cushioning. So as always, really appreciate you guys. This is Levi with Sneaker Gears, and I'll come at you later.